Good evening, my favourite people. How are we all today? Are we good? I'm sorry it's Sunday and I'm sorry it's strictly. I'm sorry. But I could not see you for a week, could I? Couldn't do it. So good evening, everybody. I'm just going to go and look this way and see if I can see a few of you here and say hello to everybody. So let me go up here and have a look. So could you make sure you can hear me okay and everything is crystal clear and you can see me all right? So all of those things and then I'll be a happy lady. So good evening, Catherine, good evening, Lindsay, good evening, Caroline, good evening, Karen, good evening, Emma, good evening, Joanne, good evening, Sue, I will see you tomorrow, good evening, Jenny and Jane and Shelley from Michigan, you got the time right. I hope I put the times down right. I think I did. Hi, Paula. Hi, Elizabeth. Hi, Carol. Hi, Sarah. Hi, Tracy. Was hoping to get a craft day today. Never happened. Always something, someone that needs you. You need to retire. You do. Hi, Angela. Hi, Jenny. Hi, Adele. Hi, Seal. I can never say your name. Is it Seal? I think it is Seal. What a beautiful name. Caroline, Elaine. Keep going. Mandy, Rebecca, Margaret. Could you make sure you like and share for me, everybody, just so people know that we're here tonight? Because obviously it's not a normal night for me, is it? Tracy, Janet, Katie, Tina. Oh, there's a few of you arriving now. Pamela, Patricia, Margaret, Paula, Adele, another. Valerie, Sarah, 20 minutes before Strictly. Is it Strictly at 7:20? Oh, I've not done that very well, have I? I've timed that really badly, but I'm here anyway. And you can always catch up, can't you, afterwards? I'm doing demo tonight on the show from last week, so I don't know how long Strictly's on for. You can either catch up or you can put Strictly on mute in the background while you're crafting as well. Hi, Otter Lady. Hi, everybody. Oh, Jane. Oh, I know the feeling with the packing and unpacking. I'm with you. Oh, goodness me. Hi, Karen. I think if there's less of you here tonight, more chances of winning, isn't there? So, hi, Elizabeth. Hi, Carol. Hi, Barbara. Oh, there is quite a few of you here. Don't watch Strictly, and I didn't record it. Well, there you go, Lindsay. I kind of watch it, but I kind of record it anyway, so I catch up whenever I can. Got you on the iPad, Strictly on the TV. Hi, Linda. You got the time right as well. Thank goodness I did it right. Lisa, my floral alphabet and number mega bundle arrived this afternoon. Thank you. And Danny, you're an amazing team. Thank you very much for all your support. Thank you so much. Evening, Ben. I hope you haven't got any critters crawling around your house today. We actually had one yesterday, so it wasn't a vole though. Ours was a little baby rat, and she keeps them alive. She's just a vicious creature, my cat. Used to come to the alphabet and numbers, so I've had to send. Hi, Sherry from Washington State. Oh, welcome. Hi, Jeanette. So there is quite a few of you here. We've got 242, and considering I'm not normally on a Sunday, that's a really good going, I think. So hi, Lisa and the Hortonites. Cannot wait for your delivery. But loads of you here. Like and share with the Mexican Grand Prix. I'm grateful for a reason not to watch. Well, this might be like a bit like a Grand Prix with the amount of stuff I'm going to try and get through tonight. But we're going to be demoing tonight. So again, if you don't get a chance to watch it all, no worries. You can always catch up later. So let me make sure I've got all my bits ready. So let me start off by saying a massive thank you for supporting my show. I cannot tell you how busy it was and how grateful I was as well, because I do know it was not a cheap show, and I went on this till I was blue in the face, but obviously I was very concerned and I was genuinely really worried, because I don't like to push you all too far, but I did try and do it the best I possibly could, and I tried to make sure there were plenty of flexes available and whatever I could possibly do to make it more affordable, I tried to do. But I do know it was a considered purchase for each and every one of you, so I am incredibly grateful to you all, so thank you. What I'll also say is that is the biggest show of the year. There's not going to be a show that comes anywhere close to that, anywhere close. They go back to the £50 mark, my shows from now on, and some will be even less, and I'm going to keep it really mellow coming up to Christmas now. Bills are coming in, Christmas is coming, and hopefully you've spent your money, got your treats or your things to make projects and presents for people. So fingers crossed you got exactly what you wanted, and you're happy. And I know things are starting to arrive now as well. So yeah, please make sure you like and you share, because we're going to be doing 2 giveaways tonight, as we normally do. It's just Sunday, not a Friday. So we'll do one on Facebook for tonight's show, and then at the end of the video I will ask you to go and watch something on YouTube for me and make a comment on there, and then we will give away yet another prize. Now the prize we'll be giving away tonight will be, actually it's going to be the same prize for both tonight. So whether you comment on Facebook or comment on YouTube, you'll get the same prize. And what we're doing is we are going to give away a set of our pigment inks, or 12, a set of the pigment inks. So even if you've got them, it's really good to have spares. If you want to give them away as Christmas gifts, if you want to pay it forward, share with your friends, absolutely fine to do that. But they are going to be the 2 giveaways. So we will announce the winner from last week who found the YouTube video and commented, and we'll also do the giveaway for tonight, which will also be a set of the pigment inks. So 2 sets coming out to people tonight. So that's what I'm saying, let everybody know, because it is a really good prize tonight. So, oh, that's exciting. On my wish list, there you go. Some Sunflower Crafts. I don't know your name. I'm just going to call you Sunflower. But your projects, I saw some stuff on social media today by you, which was awesome. So thank you. Jerry, you figured out the time. Thank goodness for that. Right, okay, so there's plenty of you here now. So what we're going to do is I'm going to have a little drink. And particularly as we've got quite a few people from the States on tonight, we're going to talk about the Ultimate 2 first of all. And we will be using the Ultimate 2. Now, the Ultimate 2 is coming to the UK as well as the States, but the States get it. It's arrived in the States. I don't think it's been loaded on the website yet, but as soon as I can tell you the exciting news of where it will be and the deal that they've done for you guys in the States, I promise I will let you know straight away. I'm hoping it's Tuesday, because Tuesday's my birthday, so I'm hoping they're going to do it on the 1st of November rather than doing it tomorrow, kind of, because it'd be a really good celebration. But either way, we'll talk about it tonight, and I'm going to literally flick you over to my overhead, and we're going to go through a couple of things. So let me flick you over first. And let's talk about the Ultimate 2. Now, I'm quite in close to my camera because I want you in close so you can see all the... Why does that look orange again? I really need to sort my overhead out. And the teal looks... Look, that's Tranquil Waters, and that's... I don't know why that's gone like that. Let me get the other blue, the really light blue. Look at that. I don't know why. See, they look the same, but they're not. Surf's Up, Deep Ocean, Tranquil Waters, completely different colours. I do not know what is going on with that. And that's the one that made my drink look green, I think. But when I'm using them, I'll tell you what I'm using anyway. So let's push the tangerine there. Let's push all that out of the way. So this is the Ultimate 2, which will be coming to the USA. I'm pretty sure it's going to be next week. I'm pretty sure. What also will be coming, I think it's already in the States, I'm going to lean over, are my blending brushes. These are coming to the States. I think they're already on scrapbook.com, if I'm honest with you. And they're available individually to buy now. Also, the silicone mat that comes within this is also available to buy at scrapbook.com. And I need to white balance the cameras. Ed, you need to come down and white balance me, because my green isn't quite so green. That looks all right, but you need to sort out my lighting as well, because I'm getting my overhead is reflecting here. You need to come down. I need you here, Ed. Get in the car now. Only joking, but yes, I do need you here to help me. But either way, there's the silicone mat, the blending brushes, and the Ultimate 2 should be all available in the USA almost immediately. Okay, on your way. Come on, get in that mini. Come on, I'll see you soon. Right, so let's open this and show you the difference. We will be using this tonight, so those of you who've got the regular Ultimate, do not panic and think, oh no, what has she done already? I haven't done anything that's going to cause you any difficulty or any problems. All right, so you can continue to use what you have. You have had your email. The brushes are up on the scrapbook site. Are they now? Oh, hang on a minute. The brush and scrapbook one, but need the Ultimate 2. It's there. I know it's arrived. Karen as well. I can tell you now, and Linda, it has arrived. But the Ultimate 2 is the one that I'm showing you now, which is literally in America, but I don't think it's been loaded on the website yet. I don't think it has. But as soon as I can tell you, I promise I will. So this is a slightly different configuration of the what do you call it? Like a wallet, a sleeve, a bag, however you want to call it. And it's a diagonal one. It still has your pocket at the front. Okay, still got a pocket. Just slightly different to do up. So I tend to pull it forward and push down like so. And it's at a little angle. So in here we have a little tool. So, and also these, hang on, move that down a minute. These are also going to be available to buy as well. So these are your peg partner dies, which are the dies which are going to cut out these holes. So if you've got a stencil that isn't mine, if you've got a piece of card you want to secure while you're doing your other work, you can put the holes into it and you can use it like that. But that will be part of the deal that comes with the platform in the States for the time being, I'm led to believe. So it is the same. It is the same on the front, as in you get your plain area where you got your pegs, and you get your silicone mat. Now the difference with this one is there are no magnets in this, and what's wonderful about it is I've had a few people with pacemakers ask me about the Ultimate one, and I've said, well, it does have magnets in, so it is no good really for you, but this one will be. It has a ruler. It's got 6 rulers basically, because I put a ruler on both sides. And I've done it because I'm a pain, because sometimes I'm like working down here, or I'm working over there, and I'm working over here, and sometimes I want an inch and then I want a centimetre. What does that convert to? So it pops all of that on there for you. And then I'm just going to flick it over. I'm going to take this off. Now, if you want extra ones of these will be available, okay, at scrapbook.com as we speak. If you just want a mat and you've already got your Ultimate and you want a spare mat, you can get those separately, and they come rolled up. They also come into the UK, but they won't be here. Oh, are they here already? I don't know. I'll have to check in the boxes downstairs. If not, they will be here very soon. On the back, this is one thing I do need to go through with you, because this is slightly different to a normal scoring tool. So again, you have your numbers around the edge. Now, these numbers they're not really anything to do with down here, because all these is 1/8 of an inch score lines. So what that means is you can count along 8 and put a black mark down here, count along another 8, put a black mark down there, and you'll have increments of 1 inch all the way along. I didn't want to do it like a regular scoring tool, because it's going to either work in inches or centimeters. I didn't kind of want it like that. I wanted the 1/8 of an inch exactly for you. And the problem you'll find is you won't get 8 of these to line up with your number 1 or your number 2, because you have the kind of the humps either side. So it's meant to be 1/8 of an inch for each one. And what I've done with my prototype one, I've just kept, let me show you actually. Let me show you the other bit first of all, and it'll make sense. So in here you have your tool, and then I'll turn that up this way, and in here, oh, I've got no nails. Ow, I've got no nails. I've pulled that too tight, haven't I, Lisa? Push that one. Did I put something? I'm sure I put something in here. Let me lean forward a minute. I'm sure I put something in here. Yeah, I did put something in there. Yes. So in here, so So what you get in here, you get your 3 extra ball tools. Hang on a minute, come up that way. 3 extra ball tools. Can't get too close because the camera's not got a thingy on it, but these are going to give you 3 different tops here. You'll also get on one end, you're going to get your pickup tool, and on the other end, you will get, let's do the other end up. You'll get your pokey tool. There's already one on there, your scoring tool, and then all you do is you unscrew, pull that one out, put the other one in that you want, and then screw that back on. So what I was trying to say was, going back to this, is you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then I will put a black line down there, go 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, black line, do it all the way along, and then you'll have exactly inch increments. And I just found it really easy, and then I found it very easy to do 1/2 an inch or 1.5 inches or whatever I wanted to do, or 3/8 of an inch. But that's the way it's been designed, and that's what I wanted it for. So hopefully that makes sense. But you've also got your inches and centimeters around there. So I'm going to put the tool back in because we don't need that for tonight. And then in the bottom one, don't push it back too hard like I did and damage your nail. Really damaged my nails. The trouble is, I've got no nails, and where I've been wearing false nails for too long, I can't push that open properly. Don't know. I'm going to put it back in that end because that finger works better than the other finger. Pop them back in there. Really damaged my. They're so soft, my nails. Don't wear false nails, people. Not good for your fingers. So that is the tool. It will come like so. So we're going to work on this side of it tonight, okay? And we're going to look at our stencils. Let's keep going down. Keep going down. Birthday Tuesday. Thank you. How do you share on YouTube? I'm sure one of the ladies, Jane, yay, no magnets. No magnets at all. Although those of you who have the Ultimate One, if you do want magnets, we have spare magnets coming very soon too. So let's get into what we are here for tonight, and that's to do some demos. Now, it's funny, my orange looks great. It's just some of the other colours don't look so great, and the yellow. Just those blues edge. I've got to sort out my blues, my white balance, sort it all out for me. So here we go. Pop all of our inks. There's going to be some down here. There's going to be all over the place, these inks. You don't need to see them all for now, but we will get to them in a second. Now, I'm just going to turn around and grab everything. So, for those of you who watched the live last Friday, we showed you out of the packaging. So tonight I'm just going to show you what we've got in the packaging, all right? Let's move that up like so. And somebody said that they didn't see the stencils in the packaging. Well, I wasn't planning on putting the stencils in the packaging because I didn't have them and they were a bit dirty. So I didn't want to be bringing on something that wasn't clean, that you knew about already anyway. But you can see them crystal clearly tonight. You've got your ABC, and then you've got your stencils that do the same thing. ABC, and then in here you get all your dies. You can see them in the background there, and in here you've got all your stencils, and each stencil is numbered and it says all the details about them, and then they're inside for you. Okay, try eating raw jelly. Does that help your nails? The peg die has landed, but I haven't, because I've been away for TV, Pamela. I haven't managed to get it out the box. Comic Con. Oh, Comic Con was brilliant. It was really good. It was very exhausting, though, I have to say. But thank you. Yes, we had a fabulous time. So, yeah, so you've got all your alphabet. So you're going to get your alphabet. If you didn't buy it and you're thinking about it, it did sell out on TV, but we have a very, very, very small stock for our website, a very small stock, but it will be back in the new year, but we'll demo with it tonight anyway. So you get your alphabet, you get your dies, and you get your stencils all the way through the alphabet, and then we get down to the numbers as well. Let me get all the way down here, and then we hit the numbers. There we go. Okay, that's a bit shiny again, so I'm going to move that in just a second, and then we get all the numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then you get the final. Let me bring that one in. I've got a number in there by accident. Then you also get, if you bought the mega bundle, which, yes, I know was pricey, and I did get a little bit of stick for it, but I did try and keep it as cost effective as I possibly could. We have got the numbers, we have got the alphabet, and then we have all the elements. Okay, a jelly cube each day. Right, that's what I need to do. I'll have to get some blackcurrant jelly because that's my favourite. Or raspberry, I don't know yet. I quite like a bit of raspberry. So that's what we've got. And what we're going to do today is we're going to make a card. We didn't get around to making a card, did we, at all? Because it was so busy and we were flying through stuff like crazy. But what we'll do tonight is we'll make a little card, and I'll show you how to use the colour cardstock rather than the white cardstock, because I really like using the colour cardstock. Now this one, okay, is going to go back onto TV. Danny has said it's okay for me to take it back to TV now, simply because we have to pack boxes for this when we create it. So the best thing we can do is put it onto a show when we have time to do a lot of packing. So that will be going on to our next show, a special deal, which will be really good. So what we're going to do, first of all, we're using a pink, and I'm just going to trim my card down to about here. So what that means is we can line this up. I'm just moving my scissors out of the way. This cardstock is brilliant. Now, all I'd say to you is, what I would do is always, because this hasn't got magnets and you can't always hold it down, I would suggest you butt it up into the top right hand corner, literally like so. So if anything does move, you're covered and you can get back straight into the spot. Until I see you demonstrating those, Lisa, I didn't think I was going to bother, but they are stunning. Thank you. We have got cardstock coming, but it probably won't be for this Christmas, but we definitely have got Christmas cardstock and glitter cardstock on order for next Christmas. Already done. Now, so what we're going to use now, I popped them in my little box. I'm very organised here. We're going to be using, let me bring that one out. Very organised, she says. And I didn't put them in the box, I put them over here. We're going to be using my ones from TV. Mine are well loved, well used, and I'm using the D, E and F. We're going to be using the embossing folder, D, E and F. We're going to be using the die. We're actually going to be using the letter E, okay? It will all become clear that we will use the letter, I'll bring these out, the letter E, right? Now, these are the lovely, I think these are Lorraine's, and Lorraine returned them to me because I accidentally sent them out to the whole design team, didn't keep a set for myself. And she's literally put all the bits back in the right places for me. So I've kept them like that so I can use them. Thank you, Lorraine. So I'm going to keep that one there. Actually, I've put that one just over to one side here. So we'll be using the alphabet and that. And then we're also going to be using, let me bring it in. We're going to be using this die, especially for you, is the one that we're going to be using tonight. All right, so I'm doing everything start to finish on its own, literally on its own. F was a very good choice on TV, wasn't it? I do pick my stuff. Honestly, do you know what? I don't even think about these things when I do it. I'm absolutely ditzy all the time. Right, so D, E and F. Now, the other thing you'll notice on the stencils is they're all upside down and back to front. Well, not actually back to front, but they are upside down. And they're upside down because of a reason, and it sounds really bizarre, but this now means now you've got your Ultimate 2, or if you're going to get your Ultimate 2, you can turn this around and you can do them that way if you want. And it kind of looks right, DEF. And then if you really want to, you can turn it that way and you can do DEF. So you haven't got to have it a particular way. But what you also can do is store them better. So if you need to store them in your binders, you want them to be that way. You don't want them to be that way. You want them to be kind of the right way round. I hope that kind of makes sense. It does in my head anyway. So what I'd suggest to you, if you are unsure, if you do worry, there isn't anything to worry about really. If you do feel like you need to hold yours down, yours will come totally flat. Mine are just a bit bendy because Danny cut mine are prototypes. If you want to hold them down, you absolutely can. Just pop a little bit of low tack tape somewhere where you feel that you need to hold it, and you can. It will just keep them in position, but you don't really need to. You can. I'll pop one in there, but I don't need to. Now tonight we're using pigment inks. We're not using blending inks. The blending inks, there are some on their way back. I have got my own, but I thought we'd use the blending inks, the pigment inks, because I use them on air, and I was trying to show you how wonderfully you can actually blend with them, even though they're not blending. So tonight we are going to go with some random colours. So I'm going to bring in my blending brush, the largest blending brush, and I'm going to bring in my Tranquil Waters, which doesn't look like Tranquil Waters from where you're looking, but it absolutely does here. And although they're not designed for blending, as I've said on air before, you absolutely can blend these beautifully. And if you want to, what you can also do is do all three letters at the same time. But I don't need to, because I only need this one for tonight. So we're just going to literally ink these up. And remember, because they're the pigment inks, you might have to take a little bit more time and add a little bit more ink, if that makes sense, because these aren't blending and they won't move as fast around the page as your blending inks would. So let's lift this off, and you can see already looks very strange upside down, but you can actually see what it is. My arm will keep going across the top because I'm going to put my stencils as I go along at the back of me. Also remember, I think you all know this by now, can you see the number 2 there at the top? All the stencils will be numbered for you. So bring that, let me see if I can get that again. I won't get that again now, will I? Where is that? I think you all know how they work, but for those of you who haven't seen them before, right there, it's number 2. There it is. So stencil number 2, and now I'm going to change out. I'm going to keep the same brush, but I'm now going to I'm going to bring in a yellow, and I'm not going to use the same brush. I'm going to change the brush for this one. Let me use my smaller brush. Bring in a yellow. Now this doesn't look yellow. It looks kind of green, but it isn't. It's yellow, and it looks green in real life, even though it is yellow in real life, if that makes sense. So it comes out like that, even though it looks like that. But it's something to do with the surface that they're created on. And I'm going to go back in with that blue brush, and I'm going to lightly go over the top, and that's going to turn that yellow into a green. There you go. So it looks completely different to what you think it's going to be. So the yellow and the blue match beautifully, and although they're not meant to blend, they absolutely do. Let me make sure you're all there. I think you're going quiet. I'm hoping it's because you're watching. And then again, I'm going to leave the ink that's on this brush, and it's blue, and I'm just going to do a light finish over the top. Okay, just lightly. There's still some ink on there that we can take off. Lift number 3 up. Look at that. This is going to be gorgeous. It's going to be gorgeous. If you've got the ultimate one and you don't need the ultimate 2, if you just want it for the peg system, really, you won't need the ultimate 2 if you've already got the ultimate one. You'll be absolutely fine with what you've got. Then I'm going to use one of my little blending brushes, one of the tiny little stencil ones. Bring that over here. And I'm just going to go in with Sugar Candy across the top here, which is so cool. I love this colour. And just in those little areas there, you can see. Here we go, just over here. Just like so. Really easy. Really, really easy. Lift that up. But obviously you can do your entire alphabet at once if you want to. And then we'll come in with the next one. And then this one, I'm going to stay with the pink. And we're going to go over the top here, just like so, with the pink, and you'll see it come through a beautiful colour. Look at that, looking great already, isn't it? So last couple, not long to go, and then we will get into making a project rather than just literally showing you how to stencil, because most of you have seen that 100 times now and you know exactly what you're doing. So this is going to be pretty, a little bit of yellow, just like so. And then the next one is tiny bit on here. Let's bring in the yellow, and then what we'll do is we'll double check we're happy. Might have a little bit of pink on top of that, just so we get kind of like an orange effect. So you can mix it all up. Yeah, liking that. And 2 more to go and we're done. 2 more, literally. So now, over the top now, I can see different areas. And I think I might have some oranges in this one now, I think. Bring in the orange. We can use another one of the brushes. And we'll go just over here in the orange. It's quite a nice orange, actually. But the beauty of this is if you want to, you can go back and change everything. You don't have to, if you think, no, that shouldn't have been orange, that should have been something else, you can definitely go back in and do some alterations if you feel you need to. No, I kind of quite liking that. It's pretty colours, do you think? It does look gorgeous when it all comes together. Yeah, the Ultimate 2 is a little bit cheaper. I think it's about £8-ish cheaper, I think. I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah, I'm sure it is actually, saying that. And then just a little bit of that blue again. I've not even added any more ink to that, just to see. There you go. So that, if I turn that around, Faye, it's on order. We do have white ink coming as well. We've got another 14 colours arriving. So they're in production as we speak. So look at that. Isn't that just gorgeous? I'm going to turn my camera around so you can see, and I'm going to bring it up to the camera a little bit closer. So let's see if we can get it in really close. It might take a minute to settle. Just bear with. It will come in close. 1 second. Come on, you little devil. It will normally do an autofocus. Let's come in quite close. I might be testing it too much in the dark there, but yeah, you can see. There you go. All those different colours in there. Super pretty. Super pretty. So let's push the inks to one side for a minute. Move them out of my eye line. I'm just going to move the stencils off the desk as well. And I'll pop those into my box over the back here. 1 second. Just so they're not in my way now. And I can move my inks onto my desk. Then we'll have loads of room to work. I've got a nice big desk now, but I'm filling it up really quickly. Pop the brushes back in where they could go. And then let's move that over like so. Right, I think I'm there. And I will turn you back around again. Right. So let's come back to this now. Okay. So super pretty, as you can see already. Just lovely. So the next thing we need to do, as always, is die cut this out. So let's bring in our E. So as I said before, all the bits go into position for you, okay? And then you tape them all down. You don't have to do it all at once. What you can do is do one at a time and make sure you're happy with it, or do it all together, however you see fit. Literally tape it down like so. And then I'm going to bring in, actually, I'm going to work with 2 die cutting machines tonight. This is random. So let's take off my Ultimate 2 for the moment. Put that down there and bring in my, let me turn around. I've got my little platinum up here.
bring in my little platinum so I can pop this on the desk as well, so you can literally see me doing it live. So let's put the 2 plates down like so. I know this is smack bang in the middle, but it doesn't really matter. Pop that on there, run that through. So you can see I use lots of different machines. Run that through. Careful. Trying to be careful as it went over so I didn't rock the desk too much. I'll pop that one back. But I don't know my sandwich on this one for the embossing, so we'll use my tangerine for the embossing. Let me get them plates back in there so I don't make a mess. So now lift this off and you can see it's so cute. Let me take that one off gently. Put the tape down. Oh, come on. I don't want to pull it. I don't want to pull the ink off. So there you go. Look at that. Look at all the detail in that. Isn't it cool? Isn't it cool? You're really going to enjoy these. I promise you, you will absolutely love them. You will absolutely love them. Now, the next thing we need to do, so I'm sure many of you have seen me do this before. We now take a piece of black card. There you go. There's your E for especially. And you take your embossing folder, as we always do. And then what I want you to do, let me grab it with got any nails. Grab it with your fingers, lift up the open edge. And I want you to pop it inside like so. Like so. And as I say on air, find some points of reference. Okay, so I'm looking down here. And I'm going to line the bottom of that L up. And I'm going to swivel with my other hand, yeah? Hopefully you see that on telly where I do that, and I just swivel around until it fits. Are you not on tomorrow? No, not on tomorrow. I'm on the 7th of November. That's my next show, Pamela. Make sure you let everybody know about tonight, won't you? Just so people know that they can watch, because even though I wasn't on Friday. And then what you do is you just close it up like so. So it's now encased in your embossing folder. And we're going to bring in 2 plates. And I don't need that. And I don't need that. It sounds ridiculous, but I'm going to push those back to one side. I've now got my tangerine. Raspberry and pink is what you need. Okay. When will they be on my website? The very, very small amount of stock that I will have, and I mean very small, will be 14 days after the show. But it is a ridiculously small amount, so it will be first come, first served, and then they are not back until January. Well, it might even be a little bit later than January. It might be February, if I'm honest with you. So there we go. That's that. I can now move my tangerine slightly for a minute. Take that off the counter. Now here we go. Let's bring that piece of black card back in. I'm a stickler for a piece of black card. It just makes such a difference, and it lets you see a lot more. Then we open that out, and hopefully you probably can't see on my cameras because I don't have the cameras that TV have, but it is beautifully. I'll see if I can get the deboss side. It's very hard to see on my cameras. I need to get good cameras. Can't really see it on mine, but it is incredibly embossed and it looks stunning. So that's that. That's that part. I mean, you all know what they look like, don't you, in real life? You've seen them on TV. So that's that. Let's move my... Hang on a second, move my mats out of the way. So now what I thought we would do is bring in the especially for you. And we're going to use the E, and we're going to get rid of the E on the die. Bring these over. These are just lovely dies. I adore these. I don't know if we've got any of these left. If we do, not many of them, because they're really popular, these. So let's have a look. Especially for you. I can see that's especially for you. There we go. These are my favourites. These are my favourites. I think these are a considered purchase, and I know many of you couldn't afford them, but I do know as time goes on, when you can justify it, that you will absolutely love them because they are so beautiful. Let me bring back in my other bits. I'm trying to get organised. Let's bring these bits back in and find myself a nice piece of card. I've got the black here. Can't use this because it's got stuff on the other side. But I'm so frugal with this, it's ridiculous. So let's pop that down just like so. Who else is like this? Do you cut your card like this so you don't waste any when you've got a really nice card? So we're going to do that. Let me move that out of the way again. And then where's my other E? So I don't need that E now. I need the E. You know the other set, the alphabet set, the large alphabet that many of you went for? That one. Not think, I do need them. Honestly, this is just such a good way of doing this. I just find I don't waste a lot of my cards. So I even will see what's the best way. And I'll get another word out of that. So if I just do that like so, I can do that and I'll keep that. And all this, look at that's what happens. Look in here, I get all my bits in here. And then that will go like that. Oh, I'm going to do, right. And I need a pink. So I'd have a little bit of pink. So we've got that as well. So let me move, again, all my bits out of the way. I've got loads of big bits of card. I've got a large die cutting machine. I've got stuff everywhere. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to, if you bear with me a second, I'm just going to move my tangerine off my table. And I'm going to bring in my other machine, which is my little spellbinders, because it gives me a little bit more space on my desk. So we'll bring that one back in again. Let's make ourselves some room. So, do you know what I didn't do? I didn't get my card blank out, but luckily I have a cupboard right behind me that has card blanks in it. I'll see if that's okay for the water size I need in a minute, but we'll check that in a second. So now what we're going to do is we're going to cut some bits and bobs out. So what do we need? We need an E in black, and it will all become clear. And then we need an especially for you in black, and we're going to need an especially for you in pink. So let's do these first. And if I go really slowly, it's only because I don't want to jog the cameras. I'm just going to be really careful. Oops. Hang on a minute. I'm not lined up properly. Hang on. There we go. Oh, I've got to be careful. There we go. You're through. Right. We keep that one. And we want that one out. So we've got our E. There we go. They are gorgeous. They really are. And then especially for you, don't pull it too much, Lisa. Especially for you. There we go. I know that's upside down, but let me get my little pokey tool and poke all the bits out of this one, because we need to die cut again. And never run it back through with the bits in it. It's not good for it. And what you'll find is you won't get a clean cut because it's trying to go through too thick a card. Put that there for a second, and then we're just going to run this one through, and we'll go back this way. When I get my knife to do it that way. That wasn't very good cutting, was it? I used far too much card there. I bring that through. There we go. Gently. That's it. Nice and gentle. And we'll bring that one out. And then we can put the die cutting machine over in the corner so it's out of the way. That's that one. I think that little machine's on its last legs. I've had it for years. Right, so now we've got our bits. All of our little bits here. Okay, like so. Get rid of that. We're now going to have another one here. Just turn it over gently prise your bits out like that and pop them in the bin. We'll move that up there. And this is what I like about this mat as well, because it keeps it all nice and stable. Now bring back in your pokey tool, take your bits out, pop those out. There we are. I've got a little bit of rubbish so I can pop them straight in the bin, those ones. And then use your release holes to ease that out gently, just like so. And I always go underneath, look at that. And when you do that, it just peels out beautifully. And we have our, especially for you. Now look at that already. That looks cool, doesn't it? When my mum was growing up, she always drew alphabets and added flowers on stalks around, just like they're so pretty, aren't they? Maybe cogs and what? Yeah, Lindsay, I was talking about doing the male version was nice. So you could actually do them masculine as well, couldn't you? Let's take all them bits off. Problem is now is all these bits, because these mats hold your cards still, all your bits don't want to come off. So let's bring in some glue. Where's any glue? Oh, let me make sure I've kept my nozzle on properly. Oh, Lisa, what have you done? Have you got here? Let me make sure. Take the bit out inside off. It's really I love doing this. Really therapeutic getting that bit out. There we go. All clean. Just what we like. Put your lid back on your glues, guys. Let's make sure that comes out. Just check in. Yes, it's working fine. That's what we want. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to pop our lid back on here. And then we're going to glue this one to that, just at the back. Now, you don't need a lot of glue on this because my glue is really, really, really strong. Have any of you got my glue? What do you think of it? I really like it because you need such a little amount of it that it lasts for ages. Sorry, I'm not talking very much, am I? I find it really difficult to talk and craft. I suppose that's why we have our presenters, isn't it? So they can do all the talking while we're crafting. So we'll pop this down onto here. And actually, let's move this to one side for a minute and bring that over. I'm going to pop that down like so. Just offset it, just a couple of mil. Just a couple of mil. Now you're thinking, well, you've got your E. Why do you need another E? What we'll do is we'll chop the E off in a minute, but I wanted it all to be put together before I do that. So leave that there. So now with our E, we're going to do the same. And we're actually going to pop this one behind this one rather than in front. So we'll pop that behind. Can you see that? So it gives you the, can't see that properly, but you will in a minute. It will give you the drop shadowed effect of this. So bizarrely, I'm going to be gluing the front of this rather than gluing the back of this. Because if I glue the back of it, it's not going to stick to the front of that, if that makes sense. So literally take that. Now, and I find turning it at an angle for me is better. Put that like so. And then line that up. Drop that down and then move it along to however much you want showing. Be relatively quick with my glue because it does dry fast. So now you can see the colours match beautifully. If I bring it back onto this mat, that's better. The colours match beautifully. So now what we can do, take a smaller pair of scissors if I can find them. Yep, got them. And we're going to chop our E off now. Let's go just like so. Actually, I'm going to go on the back there. There we go. So
So now we've got our S, and we can decide how we're going to do it now. I kind of quite like it like that. You've got the alphabets. Don't use any other glue since getting yours. It's brilliant. Oh, thank you. I'm really glad you like it. I really am glad. Just going to say, I need a sidekick. I do need Danny, don't I? That would be really handy. But I think he's been packing your orders all day. Bless him. So now we've got our card blank, and I'm going to fold it that way. And then we can pop. Oh, I've got shadow there. I do not like this shadow. Why is that happening? Let's move it like that for you. So now we're going to pop that E for especially for you. Now, do I want it like that? Or do I want to bring it down? I think I want it like so. But I think we might need a little bit of stenciling in the background as well, just to give it a little bit of oomph. Now, where did I put my stencils? Talk amongst yourselves for a minute. Where did I put my stencil? Probably somewhere really, really safe. Really safe. Oh, is it here? Is that here? Come on, Lisa. Here we go. This one. This is what I'm looking for. This is one of my aperture stencils. And what's really cool is now what we can do is we can pop an aperture wherever we like, pop some ink around it, and then when we can pop that down just like so, it will look like it's meant to be there. So let me, where are you? Where's Danny? Behind me. He's not behind me. He's down, I think he's just at a bath actually. Right, so what I'm going to do this time, I am going to use a blending ink. Let me find an open blending ink. Let's use the pink. Do we want the pink? And we'll have pink and blue on this. So now we're going to bring in blending inks. And it doesn't matter that I'm going to turn my card that way. And we're going to pop the stencil here. So I'm just going to make sure I line that up in the middle. So let's bring in our pink blending brush. Okay. So it's all going to come together. You can see where I'm going now, can't you? So aperture stencil. I have a feeling these are on the website. If they're not, shout at Danny because Danny makes them. And he'll do it for you. I'm sure he will. When he's finished the orders, of course. I run that right around the edge. Until I love this one because it's got really grubby. But it's stained. It's not me being just grubby and not cleaning it. It's stained. And then we'll pop that all the way around like so. I might need a little bit more over here. I don't want to push too hard. That's better. Just like that. Blend that around really, really gently. And then grab some blue, which is the Deep Ocean. And I'm going to dab it off over here. And I'm going to come over this side and I'm going to just gently put a little bit of the blue all the way around the edge as well. And that will give it like almost like a shadow effect over here. I can see it now. You might not see it yet, but you will in a minute. You will in a minute. I'm going to lift that up. There we are. Straight in the middle of your card. Look at that. How cool is that? I don't want to. There we go. So now that will sit that way. I do like that. This is my favourite thing to do. I adore aperture stencils. Absolutely adore them. So what this now means is it's going to kind of give something for it all to sit on nicely. So now we will put our E will sit there. And now, especially for you, we'll sit like so. Look at that. So doesn't that look way different? Lily's eating all the cookies. She better not.
Danny, are the aperture stencils on the website, please? I don't know if they are. He probably took them off if he was too busy and said, I can't do any more of those. What we're also going to add to this is the some little gems as well. So let's get this glued down. Now, what I do want to do with this, I'm going to pop it on some foam pads. Now, my foam pads are looking a little bit sorry for themselves, but they will do the job for tonight, okay? So we'll pop a couple of these on the back, and we'll pop, let's just take a few. Let's pop a couple over here and a couple. We don't want that to show, that'll be okay. And actually, let's put one here. Let's pop, I've got little half ones here. A little half one there. Mind you, don't get my head in the way. Apologies if I do. Just want to make sure that I get all of the bits covered I need to get covered. Then I take my pokey tool because of my terrible fingers. We'll pull that top off. My tweezers are on their way as well. I wish I had really good hands. I used to have. I think in lockdown I decided to. I had acrylic nails on in lockdown, and I stupidly tried to take them off myself, and I made a real terrible mess of my fingers, and it's left my fingers very, very soft. When I try and open my little piece at the top there, it's really tricky, and my fingernails bend. So I'm trying desperately. I'm going to listen to what you say. I'm going to get some jelly, I think, and see if I can try and fix them. So now what we're going to do, let's line this up here. I think I'm really fussy again, and I always do a top fold card. A 10th fold card always looks just a little bit more. It's also a little bit more classy, I want to say. I'm not to say that the cards that you do the opposite way aren't, but it just gives a little something. Pop that like so. And then let's pop a little bit of glue on the back here. And then just randomly. And your U here is only held on by the Y of the especially. So just be a little bit careful with that. And then a little bit over here. You don't need too much because we don't want it leaking out. That's that. Maybe, yeah, I do need some kind of supplement or something, don't I, just to sort them out. Let me just look in the camera to make sure I've got it nice and straight. There we go. And I've got a little bit of glue in there. I know it dries clear, but when it's in the pink, I don't want it to affect the colour of the ink. Okay. Pop that down like so. And I've got here, make sure you get a nice cardstock, because sometimes when you use a cheaper cardstock, you get what I call hairs. You know, sometimes on your card, all the bits when you do your die cutting, you get those little hairs, don't you? So get a good cardstock. It's always worth it, I promise you. Right, final thing we need to do is get the little gems on, I think. This is a very Lisa card, isn't it? And this is what I don't get a chance to do on air enough. I just wish I got more time, but I don't. So I'm going to put a random one down here and a couple. Come on, you little monkey. We'll have one just over here. Always in threes. Don't try and put too many. And I'm not a good one for ones in the corner either. I don't like. Just trying to work out where I want it. There. That's where I want it. Just there. I don't want it all lined up. So I'm going to do 3 more. 3 more. We'll have one here. We'll have one here. And the final one, oh, I might even one in the middle there, just on that flower. So there we go. So that's 6 little gems. Now, finally, don't laugh. I keep saying finally. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this back in, and I'm going to bring in, and make sure I've got it with me. Did I give it to Danny to use? Don't say I did. Don't say I did. Let me check my drawer. I'm looking for my black fine liner. What did I do with my black fine liner? You hear me scrabbling in my drawers now. Sorry about the noise. I have got one. Don't tell me I've not got it here. I should have. Bear with. It might be tidied away in my lovely cupboard here. Let's have a look. 1 second. Yes, I knew I had it. I'm just too organised for my own good now, you see. That's what's happened. So now you get your fine liner. And what you're going to do is you're going to pop this down. And you're going to... You don't have to do this, but I love doing this. And then we're going to pop the line all the way round to the U. Straight in there as well. And then all the way around this way, all the way down. Lift that off. Look at that. Look at that. It's my favourite thing to do. I love it. And that's why I was going to get the hump if I couldn't find my pen. Because that, to me, finishes it off. Because that ties in all the black. So where I've put black on, I know I'm talking a lot. Where I've put the black on here, and here, you need something to tie it all together. And for me, that is just what it needed. Just what it needed. So that simply, I know it's really simple, but it does look really, really pretty, doesn't it? Really, really pretty. Oh my gosh, this is where I would mess it up. Your pen wouldn't move in the wrong direction. I promise you, it does. It really makes it pop, doesn't it? Really does make it pop. So let me just move all these bits away. I'm going to turn you back around. Oh, I nearly knocked my drink over then. Let me put my lid on everything and move my drink out of the way. Because then I would get told off. I promise you that much. Put my brushes back there so I can see everything. So, and I'll turn it around for you. You should be able to see it better now if I... Let's make sure my camera can't see my eyes because it lines up with my eyes. So now straight in there, just literally that one little bit of pen just in there very, very easily. Very easily. What was the black pen you used? I normally used my fine liner markers because what I've got is I've got a pack of 24 fine liners and they've got 24 different colours. So you can actually mix and match your colours. So if you've done, I don't know, you could have done the navy blue all the way around the edge, or you could have done a matching pink or a matching yellow. But the fine liner for this one I used was, I don't normally use this one, but that is a Marvy Uchida, but I do normally use my black fine liners, and I don't think I've got them here. And that's what was annoying me because I couldn't find my fine liners. But yeah, I've got a pack of 24 black fine liners. They're 0.4 mil on the nibs. Pretty sure they're on the website, but they are really, really easy to use. And they're a permanent marker as well. So if you do things like you colour in things or you stamp things and your stamping isn't very good, what you can do is just use your fine liners in whatever colour you've stamped and just fill it in. So if you stamp in brown ink or grey ink, there'll be a matching fine liner to colour it in. They're really handy, and I think they're really inexpensive as well to buy. So if you're looking for any, that's
you've just bought a pack of 24 fine liners. That's exactly, you've got my fine liners. They're lovely. Yeah, they're really easy to choose, but that's the kind of thing you want, just a really fine 0.4. 0.4 is about the right width, I would say, to go for something like this. So did you enjoy that, everybody? Was it just something a bit different? And I did promise you, didn't I? I did absolutely promise you that I would do something. I wasn't going to leave you alone. And this obviously will be stored onto YouTube now. What I'll also do is do some quick videos as well, 10-minute makes over the course of the week. So there's more inspiration for you. I know Dawn's back this week with something very special. We've got some couple of really good blog posts coming out on Thursday. Check out the blog on Thursday. And the cat is lovely, thank you. She's indoors having a little nap, I think. So let me have a look at what Dawn has sent me. Right, okay. So what I need you to, before you go, if you want to be in with a chance of winning on Facebook, if you've liked and shared, we'll go and check Dawn's already checked that. And we then want you to go and have a look at YouTube. So I'm going to bring up YouTube and so I can read the exact name of what I want you to go and have a look at and comment on. Where's my channel? So, what have I done with it, Lisa? So, Natalia has just done a video using an X and an O as a shaker card, and it's called Shaker Card Using the Alphabets. Shaker Card Using the Alphabets. But if you go and have a watch of that, and comment whether you like it, you don't like it, you love it, you hate it, whatever you feel about it, and subscribe to the channel, you will be in with a chance of winning a prize next week. So there's going to be a few lucky people winning a lot of stuff very soon as well, very soon. We've got lots of competitions coming up, lots of exciting things going on. So if you could watch the video, Shaker Card Using Alphabets, and that will give you a chance of winning a prize next week. So the lady who watched the video last week, who's won tonight, and I think it was the butterfly card. I'm pretty sure it was the butterfly card. And that winner for last week who commented on YouTube is Jane Harle, Harle. So congratulations, Jane, for being the YouTube winner for last week. Obviously, we have to announce it the following week because we have to give you time to watch it. So Jane, you've won for YouTube. And the winner of tonight's giveaway on Facebook is the lovely Janet Sansby. So Janet and Jane, could you both message Dawn Surderfield for me with your address and a set of the pigment inks, which I've used this evening for all of my demo, will be coming out to you next week. During the week, I can't promise when it will be because Danny's still packing orders from the show, but congratulations both because you have both won a set of the pigment inks. So if you want to be in the chance of be in with a chance of winning next week, if you go and have a look at the XO video, which is Shaker Card Using the Alphabet by Natalia, and comment on that video and subscribe to the channel, you'll be in with a chance of winning next week. Okay, so I hope that makes total sense. So I hope you didn't miss Strictly. I hope you managed to find out who went. Come on, tell me. This is going to be a is this like shut your ears if you don't want to know who won or who didn't win, who left? I have to wait for a minute now for you to tell me who left. But congratulations, both ladies. Congratulations. Don't forget to message John. Right, I'll be back on Friday as normal. Got a really good show as well coming up. Thank you for the birthday wishes. James, I'm not surprised. Thank you for the birthday wishes. We're going to have lunch out. Apparently, I'm going to tell you this very quickly. we was going to have dinner, but Lily and Danny and I have decided we're going to live the high life. And we've got a Wimpy that's opened in town, but it closes at 6. So Tuesday lunchtime, we're going to be busy. We're going to hit the Wimpy for their birthday. That's what it's down to now, ladies and gents, the Wimpy. So yeah, I'll see you all on Friday for another live. We'll try and get another demo in if we can. A lot of chat, loads to tell you on Friday. And hopefully after Thursday, I'll be as giddy as, what do they call them? They call them giddy. They call them up north something, don't they? But I'll be very giddy anyway, I'm sure. So thank you so much, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. And I will see you Friday night back to normal, 7 p.m, YouTube and Facebook. So have a lovely weekend, everyone. Take care. See you soon. Bye.